Welcome back from the break. This is Inspiration Thursday, still on Life and Style, and today on Books and Vlogs we're doing it a tad differently because we want your 2017 to be successful, and we are discussing what you need to put into place for that vision to come to pass. And our guests, Mr. Francis Wairisho and Mr. James Karundu. So we continue, we pick up from where we left off, and you had a point before you lose it.
Yes, I wanted to throw in something.
Yes.
Because James has really downloaded a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And with a lot of emphasis on your waking up early. Mm-hmm. Because waking up early gives you enough time for you to meditate and do so many things before everybody wakes up, before it becomes very loud, and before active. The atmosphere is crowded.
Right.
But there's also something else that you can do to self-motivate. Mm-hmm. And this is creating your own mantra.
Okay.
Creating your own slogan, your own philosophy.
Would you like to share with us yours, or it's a private one?
No, for me, I facilitate transformation.
Okay.
That's my slogan.
Right.
Wherever I appear, I facilitate transformation. That's my mantra. That's my slogan.
Is it what you discussed when you had your show, the one sentence?
Yeah, it's part of what I discussed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because
What's your one sentence?
Yeah, my one sentence. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you see, your mantra is very important because this is something that you tell yourself every day. It becomes a discipline. Because you're telling yourself, connecting it to where you want to go.
Right.
And at times, in life, it's not about the money. It's about what you carry. Because it's not about the economy, it's about your philosophy. And that's why I say your mantra or your philosophy is very important.
Right.
Because even when the money is not there, it will still drive you. Because you already know where you're going. You want to become a mentor like James, or a speaker. But which type of a speaker? Which type of a mentor? Your mantra will direct you even as you move on. So that is something that you can use to self-motivate yourself, even towards reaching the goals that you've set for yourself.
Right. And I also want to pick up, before I move on to James, on something you said when you were creating your strategic plan 5 years ago. And there's something that stood out for me, how you are phrasing your strategies, like I am, or my children are at, like you are using the present participle tense.
Very true.
Why is that?
Because of your subconscious mind.
Okay.
Because that is what it picks. You may think that some things are lying at the back of your mind, but they are very much alive. And they will direct, they will charge you in the direction that you've taken them.
Right.
And so it's very important for you to talk in the present. It's not because of a time you're seeing yourself. If I had told myself that I will release my book, I want to release my book. Now that's vague.
Right.
It's like a resolution.
It has no deadline.
Now, if I said I will release my book in December of 2016, my mind will wait until 2016 and then begin to act. But when I say I have released my book by 2016, now that is the deadline. So I start working on it now. Your mind starts working on the book now with a deadline in 2016, as opposed to waiting for 2016 and then beginning to act then.
Because your mind conforms to the words of your mouth. So when it hears I have, it's propelled to action.
Immediately.
Yes.
Yes, and your subconscious doesn't know the difference between past and future. And so it just assumes that's it. And it's got to find a way to make it come true. That is why when you plug in the coordinates, you don't need to know the way initially. Yes, and I really agree with the item of, saying it as it is, or saying it in
the
present,
yes.
How you want it to be. Your subconscious doesn't know whether that's for real or not for real. So it assumes it's for real, and it must seek to bring it to be in one way or the other. Can you see then why the rituals and practices come in? The quiet time, because that's how inspiration comes. That's where you get an inspired thought, an inspired action. So if you don't have an element of quiet time, just time by yourself and without, unplugged, basically, put your phone on airplane mode if you wish. But for that time you are unplugged, and let it be a discipline. When people are chatting over lunch hour, take your walk. That's where now remember you said you are that.
Yeah.
Now the flashes of inspiration start coming to you. That's how when you're just meandering, you see the book, or suddenly, this is how even the whole attraction things comes out, because you're already resonating with that.
Right.
And so there's no big mystery. I mean, let's put it this way. When you start doing all that, that's effectively, you're giving your brain a clear signal as to what you want, and you know how it is.
Right.
I mean, if you there's something called the reticular activating system, just on the back of your brain. All these things are happening together. That if you, well, we already know this. On Valentine's Day, the color of the day is what?
Red.
And everywhere you look, you see?
Red.
Red. And red is always there. But on that particular day, you happen to notice it more. Or you're planning to buy a car, or suddenly you're driving and the cars are there. I mean, my first car was a small Daihatsu Charade. And when I was buying it, there were these fears of, these are small cars, there are no spare parts and so on. So what shocked me was when I'm driving, suddenly I'm seeing another Daihatsu Charade passing by.
Yeah.
So because my brain has a clear signal that Daihatsu Charade is important to the boss. So
and the boss must drive it.
No, wait, I was already driving it.
You were already
I
driving
noticed
it.
others.
Many more.
That's what I mean.
Many more. You start noticing. Yeah.
Or there's just like suddenly there's a conspiracy to bring them to you. That's how it is.
Okay.
Yes.
So what did you call that again? So that part in your brain?
Well, it's called the reticular activating system, RAS. It's a part of the brain that is like a watchman with a guest list. So the things, remember what he said, the things that you put in that you want to achieve, what I call the vital few. The moment you put them on the guest list, then suddenly you're going to start noticing more. I mean, you've experienced this. I mean, if you're looking for parking outside Nakumat, and suddenly you hear the keys jingling, start looking around, where's the parking? Suddenly you see a car reversing. So our brain has so much capacity and ability to guide you. It's just that we're not exercising it. And that's why the rituals and practices are important.
Yeah.
So that you notice the answers that are already there.
Yeah. And both of you keep dropping this word, discipline.
Oh, yes.
How important is discipline towards the fulfillment of our goals?
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
One disciplined action equals multiple benefits. One disciplined action equals multiple breakthroughs. So what people are missing out is just exactly what I said. Simple rituals that give you amazing benefit. And a good example is this person who decides to start walking every day. Suddenly your time management must improve. Suddenly you're more alert, you're less stressed. Suddenly you're already inspiring your community because they're starting to see what you're doing. You become more alert, you get better ideas when you're walking around. You start losing the weight. You start feeling better about yourself. Can you see the whole chain? So one disciplined activity, multiple breakthroughs. I cannot overstate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be then our goals or resolutions for 2017. Just be disciplined first by waking up early.
That's part of what I would recommend, that for somebody who doesn't know where to begin, start waking up early.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That should be enough. Everything else will follow that, I think.
Not exactly, but at least it's a
Clarity
starting
will
point.
come, yes.
It's a starting point.
In the process, yeah.
Because there's usually so many, there's so many things that happen in life. And it's so difficult to balance. And what am I going to remember to read this book? Or am I going to remember my mantra? Am I going to remember this and this? Oh, by the way, the phone is ringing. Suddenly everything's forgotten. So waking up early, to me, is going to be a game changer. Stick to it. Because that's the only time of the day you have control of.
Yes.
Yes. The rest is not in your hands.
Everything else is just tugging at you, pulling at you for your attention when the day officially starts for others. So
let's put it this way. Call it your anchoring moment.
Anchoring moment.
You've got to have your anchoring moment with that early start when you have time to yourself.
Okay.
So that discipline now leads to other disciplines, leads to other disciplines, leads to other disciplines.
Yeah.
And one more thing which I'd love to add before we leave here is leveraging on technology. So putting reminders on your phone, the affirmations, as you're talking about, the mantras
and their
and their accountability. So you can put a reminder on your phone where every hour just sends you a reminder to do the mantra or to affirm yourself and so on.
Yeah.
So this becomes what always brings you back on track.
Right.
Always brings you back on track.
So, Francis, let me give you an example. So when someone perhaps says, I am losing weight by June 2017.
I have lost weight.
Oh, it's I have lost, not I am losing.
Not I am losing.
Okay.
I have lost.
I have lost weight
It's already
by...
finished. It's done.
You're talking about the end, the conclusion.
Yes.
I have lost weight by June 2017.
Yes.
After that, then, I walk back through and start to put now my coordinates, right? Like what do I need to do to lose weight?
No, that was
right?
the coordinates.
That is
The
the coordinate.
weight loss
Yes.
of 90.
Isn't that the goal?
Well,
Or is a goal a coordinate?
That's what I mean. I mean, it's a
Okay.
destination.
Okay.
That's what I meant. And so you've already said, I am here, or I've already
This
lost
is
the
the
weight.
end result,
It's the
yes.
end result. It's
Yes.
done, as he says.
Yeah.
So from there now is where the steps to get you there. Call it a roadmap.
A
to get you-
roadmap.
Exactly.
Right.
Because we already have talked about the destination.
Right.
And as Francis said, it's done.
Right.
So from there, it's a roadmap.
A roadmap to get me to the destination.
Absolutely. People look for roadmap before destination, yet it's destination, then the roadmap.
Then you work backwards.
Absolutely.
Hey, okay.
And you see, Socrates has put it this way, that an undisciplined life is an insane life. So if you're not disciplined, you're living a
You're
very
insane.
life. Bugo Mombi likes putting it this way. One of our friends.
Yes.
He puts it that education without discipline makes you a clever devil.
Yeah, we actually had a chat with him.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you're not disciplined, you're living an insane life because everything goes.
Yes.
You don't have control. But you see, when you have decided, like you're saying, I have lost weight by June, everything else begins to conspire to help you to lose that weight by June.
But I have to be disciplined. Or is this conspiracy something outside of my control?
No, you have to be disciplined.
Right.
And you see, that's what James was saying. These other disciplines come into play
Start with one
to
discipline.
help you get into the major.
Start with one
goal.
discipline, and then it evolves.
It's becoming clear even to me. I tell you, this conversation is very insightful because now we know. So first start with the end, then work backwards. And the way you say it, I have already done it. So now, question. Let's do a scenario. A campus student graduated flying colors with honors, of course. Looked for a job else everywhere you can imagine, sought for attachments, nothing, no breakthrough. The whole year, maybe that's all you've done, maybe a little voluntary jobs here and there. And then now we're coming on to a new year and they're watching this and they're saying, great, okay, so what am I then supposed to do? Where do I start? Francis.
Beautiful. At times, when we are in school, in college, in university, we have this assumption. And probably many of us are looking at the same place. Like, for example, everybody wants to work for KTN. The big names that we have. But there's this question that I like asking people. If you find a truck driver, he has what you call a turn boy who helps him, yeah? Now, my question is, where do we get qualified truck drivers? Where do they come from? Have you ever seen a driving school with a trailer training truck guys? The answer is no. What happens is this tiny boy is a qualified driver. But they choose to begin from a certain level and then grow. They are recommended by the other drivers who train them. But there is no driving school for trucks, the trailers. So what happens in that situation? It's not that tiny boy went to that job without the qualification. He was fully qualified. But he took a position of what seemingly is somewhere below, a place that nobody would want to start from.
Right.
But they have a focus. What is the end goal? One of these days, I'm going to drive this trailer.
Right.
So if they do not allow themselves to begin from a certain level, chances are they're going to be very frustrated. Because the guys, and that's why we are told that we live in a generation, a microwave generation, where we want things pop, 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 pressure pop, microwave and all that. Everything is fast, fast, fast. But you see, at times, we need to get to a level. If you have tried out there, the major companies, corporations, and you have not succeeded, it doesn't mean that's the only place that you can get a job. You can start from somewhere.
Right.
You can talk to James here, and he can give you direction. And one moment with the right person is worth so many years of your life.
I hear you. I hear you. That is powerful. James, I want to go back to something you said earlier on, which is keeping a gratitude journal.
Yes.
You said it clicked because when it's been rough at times, you have to remember the victories you've had before. And then that gives you, motisha to know that even this shall pass.
Yes.
But I need you to just emphasize a bit more, especially now that the year is coming to an end. Today is the 29th, and in 3 days we hit the new year. I just need you to really just dig it in more, the value of just being thankful.
Well, okay, let's put it this way. That obviously we've been told in the scriptures, count your blessings one by one, and you'll see just how much God has done for you.
Yeah.
So that's a fundamental point. But taking it further, when you dig into the gratitude conversation, when you start looking for what you're grateful for, what happens is that you start realizing, it opens up, even your vibes change. So that thing of resignation, for that moment that you're doing it, is gone. For that moment, when you're in gratitude, you're plugged in to really, really your essence.
Right.
And it's from that point of view that you can start now, raise your head again. And, gratitude basically empowers you.
Yes.
It kind of pumps life back at you. You know how when somebody is ungrateful for what you've done, how you just feel.
Yep.
So when you're feeling grateful, then it's the opposite. It kind of pumps you up.
Yes.
And again, you've got to do it on a day-to-day basis. And for that person, especially whose things are very thick, for lack of a better word, this is what I recommend. I would recommend even like a triple dosage, like 3 times a day. You've got to get, first of all, I recommend a gratitude journal.
Okay.
I've been writing a journal for years and years, and I recommend a hardcover book.
Okay.
And for some, I would even recommend a small one, small hardcover, just put it in your handbag so that you always write down, and you challenge yourself to write down a page. And the more things are thick, the more you feel discouraged, the more you have to scramble and look for even tidbits of what you can be grateful for. It's a discipline.
Yes.
But again, the people watching this are not looking for easy answers.
Yes.
There are no easy answers. You've got to plug in. You've got to re-energize yourself. And there is no easy way.
Yeah.
So that's number one. So gratitude for what you've gotten. But also start looking to see how you can be of help to others. So that gets you out of yourself.
Right.
Start seeing how you can help others.
Yeah.
If you're unwell, start helping others who are less unwell than you are. If you don't have a job, how can you start helping others get a job? Get yourself out of feeling just stuck within that scenario. You've got to unplug yourself from it, because that's where the opportunities lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy, but it's doable.
But it's doable.
Exactly.
With discipline.
With discipline.
Yeah. And that's what I've, taken home today. Wake up early, which I do already. So now the next thing I need to recalibrate is that speaking from the end, as though it's already happened.
Yes.
That coordinate,
Yes.
rephrasing my coordinates,
Yes.
which is a fancy word for a goal. and then working backwards
Well,
on those
let's
steps?
put it this way.
Okay.
We're kind of getting caught in the coordinates conversation. Just just know your destination.
Destination.
You know, it's
an
like
even easier word.
just know your destination
Yes.
and step into that destination.
Right.
You've got to see yourself there. As we say, the subconscious doesn't know.
Yeah.
So, and the easiest example I use is just like, describing Mombasa. I mean, you want to be in Mombasa. You've got to see yourself in Mombasa. You've got to pretend, step in, make believe. Do that.
Yeah.
But just allow me to go back to gratitude.
Okay.
Because there's still another angle of gratitude
Okay.
that we need to remember. What exactly does gratitude mean? This is the simplest way of saying it. Consider it Latin for, thank you for this, send me more.
Right.
So every time you're showing gratitude, then you're essentially saying, thank you for this, send me off this that I have. That's how you end up so gratitude is very attractive.
Right.
So it is the things that you are grateful for that you end up bringing more and more. So remember, gratitude is Latin for what?
Thank you for this.
Send
me more
more
of this.
Exactly.
Love it.
Exactly.
So I need you to look at the camera. Very short final words for today as we wind up. Then now you give your contact. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Yes. James, go.
Let's put it this way. 2017 is coming. And it's up to you to choose your destination. Who do you want to be? Where do you want to be? How much do you want to have? Focus on that. Write it down. That is your destination. It's doable. Write it on a card. Keep that card close to you. Because you need to remind yourself on a regular basis. And then if everything else fails, wake up early. Write a gratitude journal. The other thing is, get help. People struggle alone. You don't need to struggle alone. Get somebody you can talk to, buy a book, go online, subscribe to a newsletter. And for somebody who is watching this and they want to hook up with me, it's pretty easy. The easiest way to get in touch with me is to send me an email at jameskarundu@gmail.com. The other thing that one needs to do is you can subscribe to my newsletter. Send me your email address. I'll put you on my mailing list. Every week you'll get a dose of inspiration and action steps to challenge you to stay on track. Also check me out on social media. My personal website is jameskarundu.com. You can go there, you can read my blog, you can read stories of people whom I've worked with, who are doing big things, who have had breakthroughs and transformations. Go to Facebook. My fan page is James N. Karundu. That's my professional fan page. Also check me on Instagram, hit me on Twitter. I'll get back to you. Wishing you all the best, and please know 2017 is an amazing year and it's waiting for you.
Thank you very much. And for you, Francis?
2017 is coming to an end. But let me tell you, I said 2017.
You're already there.
You're
already
there.
there.
Your destination is set.
It's already said. So 2016 is coming to an end and 2017 is fast approaching. I want to tell you, my viewer, that any step you make matters. Whatever step you take, something begins to happen. And let me tell you this. You need to look back and ask yourself, how many opportunities have I lost in the last year? James has talked about being grateful. You cannot be grateful when you are sitting down doing nothing. You can be grateful because you tried. Maybe you did not achieve, but you really tried. That is something that you need to be grateful about. But I want to tell you about an opportunity, because somebody said that missing an opportunity is like a monkey missing a branch. Every time you miss an opportunity, you can injure yourself. A monkey missing a branch can die, can get paralyzed, and that is what happens to the missed opportunities that we have in life. Somebody, an old man that people laughed at, called Kimani Maruge, people laughed at him when he heard of an opportunity of going back to school in his 80s. But he went to the tailor, made a shot, and went to school. People were laughing because he said he wanted to become a veterinary doctor. By the end of it all, we know his story. He met the who is who. Have you ever shaken the hand of the American president? You have not. Have you ever taken a flight paid by the American government? You have not. Kimani Maruge, the person that people laughed at, celebrated him. Today, he's one of our shujas because he did not miss an opportunity. In 2017, don't allow yourself to miss an opportunity. If you want to get in touch with me, get my number. My number is 0733 94 0076. Or you can also get me on almondskills@mail.com. On Facebook, you can get me on Francis Wairishu. There's another page called Frank Coach. This is in line with my coaching line. And there's also the Almond Skills Consultants page. Thank you so much and have a happy new year. God bless you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate your coming to pour into our lives. And I wish you as well a great new year. We shall find each other there ahead. We have found each other already. We will meet. We will meet there, but we appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I have nothing more to add except to wish you all a blessed 2017.